in Britain as the lights are lighting up for the 2016 British Grand Prix, and it's underway. Hulkenberg taking out his teammate Perez. He's going to rejoin the track and he's taken out Gutierrez and both Renaults, and look at that, what a horrific accident between the four cars there. Further on into the first lap we got Kvyat trying to make a move around the outside of Alonso around Copse. That hasn't worked and Kvyat is sideways on the exit of Copse, and it looks like that is Pascal Wehrlein in the manner who has been taken out because of that. This is lap 3 and he's felt the need to come into the pits already. Bottas, we saw the qualifying pace he had, that has not translated into race paces. Going into the Copse, Hamilton has just about made that move work. Going down the Wellington Straight, he's now under threat from Lewis Hamilton, 3 wide at the exit of the Wellington Straight. Going around Luffield, Rosberg, he's got the inside line, surely he'll do it, and I think he has. Hamilton actually clips the back of Vettel, but Rosberg has taken the lead of the British Grand Prix. So as Rosberg trying to lap Kevin Magnussen, he actually clips Magnussen and sends him into a spin. Wow. And that's brought the safety car, and it's also brought Vettel into the pits. Can I dive it up the inside? And no, I was just a little bit too far away. Maybe if I was a little bit more adventurous on the brakes, maybe I could have overtaken him, but maybe I could have taken us both out. Who knows? But regardless, Nico Rosberg wins the British Grand Prix. I couldn't overtake Rosberg without DRS, but it looks like Hamilton was able to overtake Kimi Raikkonen without the aid of DRS, and yes, he did.
This is Formula One.
Hey, our upgrade pace is looking solid right now, but I do think we need to push harder if we want to stay competitive. Here's the report.
Right then guys, it's PSL here and I'm here for part 10 in my F1 2016 Williams career mode. As you can see, Chris is not too happy with us because apparently we haven't developed the car enough, but I mean, we're getting results anyway. McLaren have bought a couple of upgrades, so things are looking good for them, but I mean, honestly, we're getting much better results than most of our rivals. McLaren's still the 5th quickest team, but they do seem to outperform themselves in qualifying and then in the race they're nowhere. I mean, remember the Spanish Grand Prix when McLaren were like the new threat, and then that hasn't really translated into anything. I mean, they've got good qualifying pace but zero race pace, and anyway, into practice, not really much to show you. You get the drill by now. There's track acclimatization, qualifying pace, and the tyre management program. So yeah, got the purple and track acclimatization. All the usual stuff in practice. We just need to bring those upgrades to make Chris happy. But yeah, it's on to the qualifying report. The first 18 minutes of qualifying at the Hungaroring ended with more than predictable eliminations. From 22nd upwards, it's Magnussen, Nasser, Ericsson, Palmer, and finally, both Manners led by Wehrlein. The second session again saw a fairly predictable bottom 6, as only 3 teams found themselves down there. Those 3 teams were Haas in 16th and 14th, Force India in 15th and 12th, and finally Toro Rosso in 13th and 11th. Fortunately, the top 10 qualifying results are a little more exciting, proven right off the bat as Nico Rosberg was the slowest in Q3 and will start alongside Max Verstappen. It's an all-British 4th row with Button in 8th and Hamilton in 7th. Then it's yet another Brit of Nathan Quinn in 6th and next to Sebastian Vettel. Fernando Alonso beat Sebastian Vettel by only 9 thousandths of a second to take a staggering 4th place in the McLaren. But on the flip side, he lost out to Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd by only 24 thousandths of a second. Valtteri Bottas will line up 4 places ahead of his teammate and alongside pole sitter and fellow countryman Kimi Raikkonen for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Right then, so here we are on the race strategy screen, and as you can see, a 2-stop strategy for today's event. And once again I qualified in Q2 on the 2nd softest tyres because, well, it worked well for me in Britain, Austria, and I think in Azerbaijan I did it as well, so we may as well go with what works. And I qualified in 6th, not an amazing qualifying, but I mean, the Williams is the 4th quickest car, so we've actually done reasonably well there. But Valtteri Bottas qualified in 2nd, so despite the fact that this track is not that suited to the Williams, you know, not enough long straights and too many high downforce sections, Bottas to qualify in 2nd. He's doing really well, but I mean, he had amazing qualifying pace in Britain and then no race pace. Hopefully that won't be the case today, as the lights are lighting up for the 2016 Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's underway. And it looks like the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen has got off to a brilliant start. Bottas, not so much. And as you can see, all sorts of dicing going down into the first corner, and we're going to try and make a move on the McLaren of Fernando Alonso, taking a really tight inside line. We're going to force Alonso out, and 3 abreast. It looks like Alonso's run off, and I think he's taken Sebastian Vettel with him. Regardless, we're in 4th place. It's Raikkonen leading from Bottas, Ricciardo and myself. 5th place, it's a Mercedes, that's Lewis Hamilton, with Max Verstappen in 6th. So all in all, quite a good start there. So let's take a look from Lewis Hamilton's perspective. So he was in 7th, so he was just behind me, and he got off to a pretty decent start, held a bit by Sebastian Vettel, but going down into the first corner, well, something happened ahead. As you can see, we got Alonso, who just, I don't know, I mean, the problem there was Alonso gave us too much room. I mean, we slid down his inside, Hamilton gained a couple of places out of it, so essentially, me and Alonso gifted Hamilton a couple of places there. So, Alonso, on board from him, so on the right hand side you'll see me just sliding down his inside, so he gives us some room, but too much room, because then he gets tangled with Sebastian Vettel and hits Nico Rosberg, and Nico Rosberg lost a bit of his front wing there, so yeah, he had a not that great qualifying, and his race has got off to a less than perfect start. So Rosberg, yeah, quite a slow launch. I mean, he's already been jumped by a Toro Rosso there. That will be Carlos Sainz. So he's down into 11th place. So I mean, Nico Rosberg is out of the points positions, and then we got Alonso and Vettel and Rosberg just caught up in that, and then he's lost a further couple of places to a Haas. So, and then he's about to lose another one to Sergio Perez. So I mean, Rosberg gained a couple of places on Alonso and Vettel, but then lost several to a Toro Rosso, a Haas, and a Force India. So all in all, not a good start to Hungarian Grand Prix for Nico Rosberg. Lap 3, Raikkonen's long gone. Completely long gone. So I mean, Raikkonen, he has got dominant pace. Took pole position, and he's done that quite a lot recently, but he's got amazing race pace. Bottas not doing so well, and obviously now DRS has been activated. Daniel Ricciardo's going to make a move, going into the first corner, and I think he's just about been able to do that. Second DRS zone, and it looks like, Ricciardo got a bit out of shape there. Bottas is going to try and make a move, and we're going to try and get past both of them. Capitalised on Bottas and Ricciardo dicing for position, and I'm up into 2nd place. But I mean, still, we've got to try and catch up to Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen's several seconds up the road, and let's not forget, I'm on the soft tyres, he's on the super softs. I mean, most people are actually. In fact, I say most people, I think everyone started on the super softs, apart from me. So, differing race strategies, who knows? I mean, Bottas has come into the pits already, it's lap 5, so that's really early. I mean, so is Kimi Raikkonen, so clearly the super softs just aren't that durable at this track. And differing race strategies, but I mean, we were several seconds behind Raikkonen, and let's not forget, Bottas, Hamilton and both Red Bulls were directly behind us. Speaking of which, one of them is coming into the pits right now, a lap after Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen. It's Daniel Ricciardo, so he's going to fit on with likely going to be the softs or the mediums. It is the mediums, the most durable tyres here at this race. And so he's going to try and do a long second stint. Who knows whether that will work? I mean, we don't know what Bottas is pitting onto, nor do we know about Kimi Raikkonen. Lewis Hamilton a lap later is going to be pitting. So, mediums, yep, it's mediums. So, it seems to be that most people are favouring a long second stint. I mean, I'm trying to do a long first stint. But lap 10 did pretty well. Lap 10, I mean, double the amount of laps that Bottas and Raikkonen did. But, I mean, well, look at this. Pascal Wehrlein is in 3rd. I mean, Raikkonen's in 2nd. He's going to jump us easily. He's on the mediums. But Pascal Wehrlein is in 3rd. Look at this. Look at the train that Pascal Wehrlein is holding up. So, Bottas, Hamilton and Ricciardo, They all tried to get the undercut on me, and they would have done if it wasn't for Pascal Wehrlein. Look at this! Bottas is finally going to make a move, but we're coming out of the pits, and I think somehow we haven't been jumped in the pits because of Pascal Wehrlein. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I've left the pits still in second place. I've lost a ton of time to Raikkonen, but I mean, Bottas is on the super soft tyres, which was a bit of a stupid move anyway, but I mean, that was, wow. I mean, Pascal Wehrlein has completely destroyed Bottas' strategy, completely destroyed it. He's coming into the pits, he's pitting for the second time way before anyone else is going to, and I mean, Pascal Wehrlein has done us a massive favour there. I mean, we have got extremely lucky in the past 4 Grand Prix at least. We've had quite a bit of luck on our side, and this is just another example of it. Bottas fitting on the soft tyres, he just seems to want to avoid the medium tyres, which I can't say I blame him, but at the same time, you can't really just go on the super softs and the softs, because you're going to pit way too many times. Lap 17, nothing's happened. I should say we're halfway into the race. Raikkonen's about 3 seconds ahead, Hamilton's about 3 seconds behind. I wasn't catching up to Raikkonen, Hamilton wasn't catching up to me. They're both on the mediums. Raikkonen's a quicker guy than I am, and so nothing happened. Lap 18, over halfway into the race, and nothing's happened. This yellow flag's behind, and that has brought out the safety car. A few corners back, there was a yellow flag, so we'll find out what that was in a second. And I'm going to come into the pits. I mean, this is roughly, is sort of just outside of the pit stop window, but I mean, Raikkonen's coming in. We don't want to lose time to Raikkonen. So, you know, if we pit on the same lap as Raikkonen, we know that we can't really be losing time to him, because we'll still be up behind him in track position terms, or hopefully, that's the plan anyway. We're going to fit on the medium tyres with the intention to go to the end of the race without stopping again. That's going to be tough, really tough actually. We've got Sergio Perez in third place. Perez and Sainz were the ones who did a really long, well, not really long, but they did a longer first stint than the likes of Hamilton, Bottas, etc. And so did Carlos Sainz actually. Those two did really long stints on their super soft tyres. And here's what brought out the safety car. Sainz had a right rear puncture. That's it. Genuinely, this is what brought out the safety car. I mean, Charlie Whiting, this is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't see how that could bring out a safety car. No debris, nothing. Hamilton's leading with Max Verstappen in second, but they haven't stopped yet. So essentially, we're still in the net second place. Button behind, but he needs to stop again. So, I mean, the safety car has kind of spiced up the race. I mean, we did have about 6 laps where nothing happened. So, you know, it's nice to actually see something happen for once. Verstappen and Hamilton are coming into the pits. So, I'm going to take second place. But I'm quite annoyed about this because, I mean, well, I've got a trophy, that's one good thing. But, look behind. There's no one there. The top 4 was so far ahead of everyone else that if the safety car never came out, I was basically guaranteed a top 4 position. Now the safety car's come out, that's thrown everything into jeopardy. I mean, we got Sergio Perez in third, and he's looking pretty good because he's taken his tyres really long. Ricciardo back up in the running, he's in fourth. Sainz, the one who brought out the safety car stupidly, is in fifth, with Lewis Hamilton right up behind. So a safety car is coming in. There's going to be 14 racing laps left to go, and we're just going to wait for Kimi Raikkonen to speed up any second now. Any second now he's going to do it. We're right up on his gearbox, and he's finally got moving, but he's on the soft tyres. We're on the mediums. We don't have the grip that he does. Sebastian Vettel's retired, so more bad luck for the German. And unless we can get past Kimi Raikkonen right now, I do not see how we're going to do it. Raikkonen has been dominant this race. He's got the grippier tyres, and no, we just couldn't do it. The straight was not long enough, and there was not DRS. So yeah, Kimi Raikkonen, he's probably going to pull off into the sunset once again. Kimi Raikkonen actually is an interesting one, because in loads of the recent races we've seen his qualifying pace has been really good, but his race pace has been a bit questionable. This race, there is no doubting his race pace. Here we are with Sebastian Vettel, and well, he retired just as the safety car came in. and he's got a massive engine blow up. We saw in Austria, the second the safety car came in, he got a puncture, and just more bad luck for him. I mean, coming into the pits, the pit crew are not going to fix that, and then Codemasters do that, so let's just gloss over that. But, I mean, the main point is that Sebastian Vettel's out of the race. So here we got Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez. This is the battle for third position right now, the final podium spot, and Daniel Ricciardo is going to make yet another move into the first corner. He did the same thing on Valtteri Bottas on lap 3, and about 20 laps later, he has done the same thing on Sergio Perez. So it's Raikkonen, myself, Ricciardo, Perez, and Lewis Hamilton. That is the top 5 currently, and I think Max Verstappen is in 6th. Carlos Sainz now, more action from the young Spaniard. So he's being overtaken by his fellow countryman Fernando Alonso. Going to the first corner, Sainz just got to cede the position, and another tangle at the first corner. And Sainz, remember, he did a really long first stint, was in a high position, and that's destroyed his race because he's stuck at the first corner. I mean, Sainz, he could have scored decent points quite easily. He was doing the same thing as Perez was, and we all know how high up Perez is. So, lap 26, the safety car's back out once again, and I'm really deciding whether to come into the pits last moment, and I'm thinking, Raikkonen's coming to the pits, I may as well do the same thing as him, because, I mean, I'm not 100% convinced these medium tyres can make it to the end, so if Raikkonen's pitting, I'll do the same thing as him. So, we're going to try a different strategy, we're going to fit on the soft tyres. I mean, maybe I should have fitted on the super softs, because the super softs could definitely make it. I just wanted the softs because, I don't know, I think it's because I forgot the super softs. I think I thought the softs were the softest tyre. I just forgot about the super softs. Come out in 5th place, just behind my teammate Valtteri Bottas. So realistically, worst case scenario, I'm going to finish 5th place. But look at this. There was no reason for the safety car to be brought out. No incident, nothing. I mean, Grosjean had an incident with Rosberg. That was 2 laps before the safety car came out. So Charlie Whiting is having a mare of a race with the safety car, really. I mean, it's quite realistic, I'll give the game that. And then lap 27, still in 5th place, we got Bottas up ahead. There's someone coming into the pits. In fact, I think there's 2 people coming into the pits. And so are we as well. I didn't actually mention this, but a few seconds ago, you may have noticed the tyre wear on my soft tyres, they were 43% worn. So I don't know whether the Williams crew gave me the wrong soft tyres, I don't know whether there was only one set of soft tyres, but that's destroyed my race. I'm staggered there was only one set. Either that's a glitch, or there was only one set of soft tyres, which I'm staggered by, absolutely staggered. But we're going to fit on the super soft tyres, so we're going to be really quick, but it's difficult to overtake around this track. My race pace is alright, and I'm down in 13th. So right now, confidence is not all that high. There's only 7 laps left to go, and the safety car's still out. So things aren't looking all that great. Although the safety car has come in, we're still right up behind Daniel Kvyat, green flag, racing conditions, and we're just going to have to try and make our way through the field as quickly as possible. A position a lap, at least, to try and score a few points. And we're going to get past Daniel Kvyat easily, of course, with that 1-year-old Ferrari engine. Easy meet. Down the start finish straight into the first corner. He's on the super soft tyres. I have no idea how old his are, but ours are brand spanking new. So that's the key thing. Then we've got Kevin Magnussen and Max Verstappen. Nearly said Jos Verstappen, but it's Max Verstappen and Kevin Magnussen right up ahead. And do you know what? I'm having a mare of a commentary because whatever. It's Max Verstappen and Kevin Magnussen. Got past both of them. They're battling off. I mean, who knows what they're doing? They nearly ran each other off the track. 10th place. I'm into a points position already. That's brilliant. So we got Lewis Hamilton up ahead. There's a bit of a train though, which is good because I do not fancy beating Lewis Hamilton on race pace. So Hamilton in 9th. I'm in... And then as engine smoke, that is Lewis Hamilton with an engine failure. I mean, we're blind right now. I can't see a thing. Thankfully, he pulls off the track. 9th place. I gained 4 places in this lap, done really well. Rio Haryanto is in 8th. What's he doing up here? I mean, surely he needs to come into the pits. There's Perez. He definitely won't be pitting again. Pascal Wehrlein up ahead. These next 3 guys should be easy meet. Wehrlein coming into the pits. So we're up into 8th place. That's 5 positions gained in a lap. Well, it could be 6 if we can pass Rio Haryanto before the start-finish line. No, we don't, but we're going to easily get past him before the first corner. And then we got Sergio Perez up ahead, and he's on the medium tyres. He will not be stopping again, guaranteed. But Sergio Perez, I think, trying to do long stints on his tyres, just it hasn't worked. He's not going to have particularly great race pace right now. Down into 7th, I can only see him falling further back at this point. I mean, he's got Max Verstappen up behind. He's got a lot of quick people behind him, so, you know, Sergio Perez, all credit to him. There's 4 laps left to go. He's still in 7th. Going to slide down the inside of Fernando Alonso, a replica of the first lap. And it looks like, well, Bottas and Rosberg are coming into the pits. I mean, a few laps ago I was in 13th place. I'm in 3rd. How lucky have I got? 2nd, I mean, that was someone in the pits. Raikkonen's in the pits. Well, what's happened there? Ricciardo and Raikkonen, the top 2, are coming to the pits. Alonso's in 2nd, Perez in 3rd. So that overtake I just did on Alonso was for the race lead. I mean, that's ridiculous. I thought I made a massive blunder with pit stop strategy by, you know, fitting on the softs and then I had to come back in for the super softs. It turns out everyone else has made a much bigger mistake than me. Sergio Perez has lost 3rd place to Max Verstappen. Verstappen, I mean, probably the 2nd quickest guy out on track right now who's in a points position. And then it's just, I mean, what has this race unfolded into? The past 3 races, I got pretty lucky. This is the 4th race in a row that I've got extremely lucky. And I think the 3rd race in the past 4, where I'm going to take the win through sheer luck. You look further behind, there's Saubers, there's a Haas. Both Renaults are just behind, you would have seen at the back of that shot. So, I mean, it's Austria all over again, basically. I've taken the win through sheer luck, and I just do not know what to say. We're going to come out the last corner and win the Hungarian Grand Prix. Completely undeserved. I just don't know what to say. I messed up the pit stop strategy, and yet I still beat Alonso, I still beat Verstappen. I mean, Verstappen, to be fair, was the only other driver, or top driver, who didn't completely destroy his race with his race strategy. Alonso arguably as well, to be fair. I mean, you're seeing, this isn't a podium decided on race pace, this is a podium decided on strategy and just basically common sense. I honestly don't know what to say. I really don't. No. I mean, here's the race results. Myself, Alonso, Verstappen, Perez, Gutierrez, Magnussen, Palmer, Nasser, Ericsson, Grosjean. Those are your point scorers. Sauber have finally scored some points, and good ones at that. And then Bottas, Rosberg, Hamilton, well, of course, Hamilton, Button, both Manners, Kvyat, all outside the points. I mean, what a ridiculous race. Absolutely ridiculous. I've got nothing for it. Absolutely nothing. Drivers' Championship, taking the lead of that. I mean, I don't know what to say. I've got so lucky these past few races. I mean, I'm leading the Drivers' Championship. Arguably, I don't really deserve it. Overtaken Hamilton, pulled away from Rosberg because we were joint on points heading into this race. And every driver now has scored points. I mean, Ericsson in last, but he still scored 2 points. Constructors' Championship, Williams catching up to Mercedes at quite a rapid rate. It's honestly remarkable at this point. And I thought early on in the season, there's no way we're going to win the Constructors' Championship. Honestly, right now, it might happen. So anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like, comment, and next time it's the German Grand Prix. And we've got to savour that one, because of course the German Grand Prix not going to be on the 2017 Formula 1 calendar, so we've got to savour the upcoming race, just because that might be the last German Grand Prix for quite a while, seemingly. So anyway, guys, I'll see you then.